So I'm going to call the meeting to order at 4:33 p.m. It's the meeting of the Middletown Police Commission, Thursday, June 22nd, 2023. Present are Commissioners Vignola, Commissioner Rodriguez, Commissioner Mills, myself. Absent are Mayor DeStefano and Commissioner Sullivan. Good evening.
Good evening.
So in addition to our normal business this evening, we have some probationary interviews that for police officers. Then towards the end, I would request that we go into executive session to discuss personnel matters. We'll do the interviews during the executive session as well, if the commission is okay with that.
Good.
Just going to the agenda, some old business. Last meeting, Mayor DeStefano requested that we do some outreach in regards to the car larcenies, as we see that they are driving our numbers somewhat. So we put together some flyers for the officers to hand out, some small cards. We did some social media outreach to try to just get that message out there. Encourage people to lock their vehicles, keep valuables hidden, and ensure that they don't create an opportunity for our thieves. In regards to those car larcenies, on the 14th of June, our 12 to 8 shift was responding to a report of car larcenies that ended up in a foot pursuit with two suspects. Unfortunately, they were not able to capture them, but just to show that we are actively trying to capture the people responsible. Moving forward, I did forward the minutes from the May Police Commission meeting to the Commission for your review. Would the Commission like to discuss them at all? If there are no omissions or errors, could I have a motion to accept them as written? So I have a motion by Mills, second by Commissioner Vignola. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Looking at the May monthly statistics, for the month of May, the department handled 3,380 calls for service, which was an 11% increase from the previous month, in which we handled 3,042 calls. Our Part 1 crimes for the month of May was the first month we've seen a decrease in a little bit. We ended up handling 77 Part 1 crimes in the month of May. Out of those 77, 13 were classified as in the violent category and 64 in the property. Out of those 64, we're still being driven by larcenies. 55 of those 64 were larceny related. In April, we did handle 96 Part 1 crimes, so we did see almost 20 less in the month of May. Part 2 crimes for the month of May, we investigated 86 in comparison to 104 in April. So again, a little bit of decrease in the month of May there. Arrests for the month of May, department made 222 arrests, which was a 16% decrease from the previous month of 264. And during the month of May, the department issued 486 traffic tickets, which was a 25% decrease from the month of April, in which we issued 648. For the month of May, the department issued 409 parking tickets, which was a 44% increase over the 285 that were issued in April. Also in the month of May, the department had 10 incidents that resulted in uses of force during arrest, which equates to 4.5% of total arrests for the month. Would the commission like to discuss any of the stats in more detail?
No.
We're good.
Okay. Also, I did forward the monthly report to the commission, and it will be posted on our website. Looking at staffing. So as we sit here this evening, I have 3 vacancies in the department. With the recent hires that will start this coming Monday, June 26th, the 3 from the last meeting, will bring the department to 72 sworn personnel. We are budgeted for 75. Out of the 72, besides the 3 that will be in training, I have 1 on disability, 1 on admin duty, and 1 suspended. I currently also have 2 vacant full-time dispatcher positions. I'm continuing our crime suppression unit and traffic unit. Currently, I have Officer Ortiz and Officer Rupert in our crime suppression unit, and I have Officer Rivera in the traffic unit. Officers Brownstein, Lane, and Mullen, who will all begin their careers with us this coming Monday. It's actually going to be the first 2 weeks for them is going to be onboarding, going through policy procedure, doing all their financial paperwork and whatnot. Officers Brownstein and Lane will be attending the police academy, which is going to commence on July 17th. It was pushed back 1 week due to some logistical issues with some of the other departments getting their candidates ready. And Officer Mullen will go, after the onboarding, will go right into field training, being that he already has some prior experience in New York City. In the last meeting, we did interview 4 persons, and the commission did decide to extend conditional employment offers to all 4 candidates. Unfortunately, after that meeting, one of the candidates, Sean Thurlew, decided that he did not want to come to Middletown and leave his current position with NYPD. So his conditional employment offer was rescinded. Coming up on June 30th, we will have our K-9 graduation for our new K-9 camo, Officer McDonald's K-9. It'll be the first phase of his training, which would be the patrol school. And then this fall, Officer McDonald and K-9 camo will continue training, and they'll attend explosives training throughout the fall. We are putting together a plan that we would like to present to the commission probably August, maybe September, where we want to expand our neighborhood enhancement unit. We have a plan in place. We've been running neighborhood enhancement unit now for about 5-6 years, and we'd like to kind of enhance it a little bit more. So we have a plan, and we present to the commission, show where we want to go with this and how we want to focus it going forward. We really like the idea. It's just a matter of getting some people trained and putting everything in line to get it going. I also have a vacant clerical position. We just did an interview of a potential candidate. Really like her, city resident, and we're doing a background on her now. As long as everything goes well with the background, we'd be looking to bring her on board in the very near future. We are also working with civil service to get the next physical agility test for September 23rd. Going through the candidates that are available from the previous test, and there's not many left, if any at all. So I'd be looking to get into the next group of eligible candidates, which is about 120 some candidates, if they all show up. Can't never guarantee who's going to show up and not show up. And just looking forward here, coming up into the 4th of July weekend, we'll be putting on additional staffing to help with the 4th of July celebrations and fireworks and whatnot. Any discussion on those assignments or staffing?
No.
Nope.
I just noticed that the fireworks have begun a week ago.
Yes.
You heard the big booms? Yeah, we get a lot of those. I think it's between here and like East Main or even down to like Houston.
Okay.
Because like I know people in Lafayette called and were like, "This is crazy that they."
Seems to be
Not
this
M80s. They're like bigger than
big
M80s.
stuff, yeah.
They're
We deal with this every year, same time frame. I think we've made a dent by, with the local law and having Alex Smith help us with the core aspects of it, of hitting some pretty hefty fines. So I'm hoping we're going to have less repeat offenders if they continue to pay those fees. I don't know what to say. But we are definitely, from the 1st right on through the 4th, we will have additional staffing on and supervision to help combat some of that.
I noticed that over the years, some of the fireworks is just over the city line.
Yes.
Out in Middletown. And we have nothing we can do about
We
that.
can't, right.
No, that's what I'm saying, yeah, I know. Because I get a good fireworks show where I live.
Oh, being up on the hill there, I imagine, yeah. Yeah.
No, but it is good. It's
As long as it's outside the city.
St. Albert's, yeah, so it's just outside the city.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's someone on Route 6 last year that had a pretty big show that we took a lot of calls.
Yeah.
Since our last meeting, I'll just go over some of the training that the department participated in. The entire department went through our firearms training, which is our quarterly training. We've had one of our officers go through the firearms instructor course. Some of our detectives went to a sexual assault investigation training. We sent supervisors to Mid-Atlantic Leads Conference. Officers trained up in child passenger safety technician course. Detectives trained in identifying deceptive behaviors. Our evidence personnel attended the property evidence room management course. We've had an officer attend patrol bicycle course. Supervisors attend the Give 10 orientation. Some of our officers attended surviving the first 3 seconds of encounters. Some officers attended hostile scenario training, the Police 1 patrol training, which I mentioned with Officer McDonald, hotspot policing training, contempt of cop ethical decision-making beyond the gray area training. We sent officers to the driving simulator training course, and we sent officers to, it's called Police Network Investigations. In regards to driving simulator, that was a state-of-the-art driving simulator that was purchased for not just our department, but for all the departments in Orange County, but it's housed here at the Police Academy in Middletown. That was purchased by Assemblywoman Gunther, so we appreciate that support. It was just over $120,000. It's pretty impressive. It's a humongous video game that is very interactive, and it's pretty neat. Grants, we have just received our final award letter for our GIVE, which is the GIVE 10 grant, which is the gun involved violence elimination. This year we were awarded $100,000. With that $100,000, we plan on doing hotspot policing, the micro hotspot policing based on data from our crime stats, and working with our Intel Center to build and provide micro hotspot policing maps. And we will do that in collaboration with the Sheriff's Department. We are able to cover 41 different patrol weekends with that. So we'll be able to cover almost a whole year with that money, which is very, very nice for us. Some of our upcoming community events are just past community events. May 31st, we held a Too Good for Drugs graduation at Monhagen Middle School. June 5th, we held our Youth Leadership Academy graduation. June 3rd, we hosted the Kids Day celebration at Thurl Park. June 11th was the Ruthie Dino run that we helped with the traffic. June 12th, we had a Too Good for Drugs graduation at Mount Carmel. Coming up next Friday would be our fireworks celebration, the city fireworks celebration. On July 15th, we'll be working with the Parks and Rec Department on a program they have. It's called Dog Days of Summer event at the dog park. And we are actually in the process, along with the city clerk and all city departments, to implement a new communication device to replace Nixle that the city's been using for the last 5 to 7 years. It's a more robust program called Civic Plus. So we just signed on with them, and we're going to hope to have that up and running by this fall as well. One of the things since our last meeting, I've had our detectives following up on some of our past shots fired cases, some of the stuff that we didn't have too much cooperation with at the time. So I have them revisiting those incidents to see if we could get some cooperation, a little bit of information, to maybe follow up and maybe do end in an arrest. So they're actively doing those follow-ups. I did forward the commission numerous personnel complaints through the Google Drive. I don't know if is everybody okay with the Google Drive? Is it working?
It works.
Yeah, Commissioner Vignola?
Working too good.
Too good? We like that better than the emails, I assume?
I like it better than the emails because it's all in one spot.
One spot. And
So it's not mixed in with,
okay.
Do we need to change our password, or is that the password for everybody?
No, each of you got your own pass set up, and then if it prompts you to change it, that's up to you if you want
Mark,
to change it.
'cause
Like when I signed in, it prompted me.
It didn't prompt me to do anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then
I thought I
you
was
see
just-
the individual folders clearly. And we could add and make it whatever is useful for, I mean, I can make it that the monthly reports go in that way, or whatever the commission prefers.
I really like it. I really like that it's all contained in one spot. It's not intermixed with my day-to-day
Okay.
nonsense.
Alright. Commissioner Vignola, are you happy with that, or you like the emails better?
Well, my printer is about dead. But everything, it comes across just fine.
Okay.
Yeah, it comes across just fine.
And you're happy with it as well?
Yeah, I'm fine.
I know Commissioner Sullivan had reached out to me that he likes it as well, so.
It took me my whole lunch hour to read everything.
Ooh, you did it fast then.
I just read your letter.
Yeah, I try to keep that kind of just a synopsis of stuff. I don't know if the commission has had an opportunity to read through those. I know there was a lot, so that's up to the commission whether or not you want to discuss them today, or if you want to table them.
Yeah, I'm good. I don't have no issues. Okay. You want to go into executive session?
We could discuss them in executive session then, yep. We'll save them, and we'll come back to them. If the commission has had the ability to review all of Chapter 10 of the new policy and procedures, I don't know if you had the time to do that, or if you need more time.
Yeah, I had no issues.
Good. If there's no issues and if you're willing to move forward, this would be the last group of policies for the new policies. I did add one additional one. It would be policy 1036, disciplinary actions. I emailed it to the commission on June 14th. And then if the commission's good, we could go right down. I'll read the numbers, and if there's any discussion, we have discussion.
Want a motion? Accept it?
Do we have discussion on any of them?
I don't think so.
Okay. So if, being that there is no discussion, I'd be looking for a motion to accept as written all policies contained in Chapter 10 of our new policies and procedures, which would be policies and procedures 1000 through 1036.
I'll make a motion.
I have a motion by Commissioner Rodriguez. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Vignola. All in favor?
Aye.
I appreciate that. We did just get notified by the company that there's going to be updates to almost 40 policies, but they're very small, minor updates. But this is also part of having a team of attorneys reviewing and updating them as changes come in law. So as we get through those, I will be pushing them out, but it'd be much, much easier. It's gonna be, one or two lines or a couple words or maybe a paragraph or two. It's not gonna be all as much as it was. I know that was a big undertaking, but I greatly appreciate your support and willingness to get us through that. Thank you. That is all I have on my agenda, other than stuff that needs to be addressed in executive session. So the floor is open for the commission if you have any questions, concerns, or anything you'd like to discuss.
No.
No? Okay.
Good.
We do have a couple members joining us here today. To assist us when we go into executive session is the city's labor attorney, Judy Malley, is joining us. And I see in the audience, we also have Alderman Jerry Kleiner. Any questions from the audience? No questions from the audience today? Being no questions, no further items on the agenda, I request a motion to go into executive session to discuss personnel matters.
Motion.
I so.
All in favor?
Aye.
Commission will be moving into executive session for personnel matters at 4:51 PM.
Please be advised this ends the public portion of today's meeting. Thank you.